The skies over Washington, D.C. turned into a scene of unimaginable horror on the night of January 29, 2025. An Army Black Hawk helicopter and a passenger jet collided in mid-air. The collision occurred near Ronald Reagan National Airport, a hub of activity. It was a catastrophic event, claiming the lives of all 67 people aboard both aircraft. This tragedy marks the deadliest air disaster in the nation since the horrific events of September 11, 2001. The nation mourns the loss of life, grappling with the sheer magnitude of this heartbreaking event. The incident has sent shockwaves throughout the country, raising serious questions about aviation safety and the challenges faced by pilots, particularly those in military service. The investigation is ongoing, with authorities working tirelessly to piece together the events that led to this unimaginable tragedy. Families and loved ones left behind are left to cope with the devastating loss, their lives forever changed. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, has taken the lead in the investigation. They are meticulously examining the wreckage, air traffic control recordings, and pilot communications. Their goal is to determine the cause of the collision, hoping to prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. The investigation is expected to be lengthy and complex, given the intricate nature of airspace around major airports and the involvement of a military aircraft. The nation watches and waits, hoping for answers and a sense of closure. However, the scars of this tragedy will undoubtedly remain, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of constant vigilance when it comes to aviation safety. Military helicopter operations, especially in congested airspace, are inherently complex and demanding. Pilots face a myriad of challenges, requiring exceptional skill and unwavering focus. They must seamlessly multitask, monitoring a vast array of instruments while maintaining situational awareness in a dynamic environment. Night vision goggles, GPS systems, and communication equipment all demand attention, adding to the pilot's cognitive load. Navigating the airspace around major airports like Reagan National presents its own unique set of challenges. These areas are characterized by heavy air traffic, requiring pilots to make precise maneuvers with little margin for error. Furthermore, light pollution from urban areas can hinder visibility, making it even more difficult to maintain visual contact with other aircraft. The pilots involved in this tragedy faced these very challenges on that fateful night. The compact nature of Reagan National Airport, situated near the Potomac River, adds another layer of complexity to landings and takeoffs. Precision is paramount, as pilots have limited space to maneuver. The slightest miscalculation can have dire consequences. In this instance, the investigation will likely focus on the sequence of events leading up to the collision, analyzing the flight paths and communications of both aircraft. This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with aviation, particularly in densely populated areas. It underscores the importance of rigorous training, stringent safety protocols, and continuous efforts to mitigate potential hazards in our skies. The Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk, a workhorse of the U.S. Army, has a long and distinguished service record. However, its history is also tragically marked by accidents. Since January 2014, there have been 12 fatal crashes involving Black Hawk helicopters, resulting in the deaths of 47 service members. These incidents highlight the inherent dangers of military aviation, even with highly trained pilots and sophisticated equipment. One notable incident occurred at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, in 2023. Two Black Hawk helicopters collided in midair during a nighttime training exercise, resulting in the loss of 9 lives. Another tragic event unfolded in the Mediterranean Sea on November 10, 2023, when a Black Hawk crashed during aerial refueling training, claiming the lives of 5 service members. These incidents, along with numerous others, underscore the unforgiving nature of military operations. The frequency of these accidents prompted the Army to implement a safety stand-down in 2024. This pause in operations allowed for a comprehensive review and reinforcement of safety procedures, aiming to identify and address any potential issues. Spatial disorientation, a phenomenon where pilots lose their sense of direction and altitude, was identified as a significant contributing factor in several recent accidents. The investigation into the January 29, 2025 collision will undoubtedly examine the maintenance history of the Black Hawk involved, as well as the training records and experience levels of the pilots. The goal is to determine if any mechanical failures or human errors contributed to this latest tragedy. The U.S. military takes immense pride in its rigorous pilot training programs considered among the best in the world. Aspiring helicopter pilots undergo extensive classroom instruction, covering aerodynamics, aircraft systems, meteorology, and emergency procedures. They spend countless hours honing their skills on flight simulators, replicating real-world scenarios and emergency situations. Practical training involves mastering the intricacies of helicopter flight, including hovering, takeoffs, landings, and navigating in various weather conditions. Pilots learn to operate the aircraft's complex systems, including communication equipment, navigation instruments, and night vision goggles. They are drilled on emergency procedures, preparing them to react swiftly and decisively in critical situations. Despite the comprehensive training, the transition from a controlled training environment to the unpredictable realities of operational flying can be challenging. Pilots must constantly adapt to changing weather conditions, navigate congested airspace, and manage the stresses associated with high-pressure missions. The January 29th incident underscores the critical importance of continuous training, experience, and maintaining the highest levels of situational awareness. The investigation into this tragedy will undoubtedly scrutinize the training and experience of the Black Hawk pilots involved. It will also likely examine the broader training curriculum, looking for any areas where procedures could be enhanced, or new technologies could be implemented to further mitigate risks. The goal is to learn from this tragedy and strive for even higher levels of safety in military aviation.